There.
Run.
Right, quiet. Barely would have passed. I need 2 rooms.
Sometimes our perceptions of animals are clouded by the human qualities we assign them.
All right, thanks so much, Warden Twin Day. Let's go. Well, Jumbo, everyone. Jumbo, my name is Brooke, and I am going to be your safari driver for our fabulous 2-week safari through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. If you look above your heads, you will see a game spotting guide of some of the animals that we may be able to see together. We may not get a chance to see all of them, but we usually get pretty lucky. And you guys look like a pretty lucky group. A quiet and unenthusiastic group, but a lucky group. We'll see how that works for us. Now, if you have any cameras or video recording equipment, I'm going to ask that you hold on to those tightly, because I'm not allowed to stop for any of your valuables that fall over the side. You're also going to want to set those to an action or sports setting, because you will definitely get better pictures that way. And I have one request, folks. I will need everyone to remain seated for me at all times, because we are huge here in Harambe on safety, both for our animals and for our humans. And I'm not allowed to make any photo stops for any animals if you're standing. I will have to drive right by all of them, and we don't want that, right?
Right.
Right, so make sure that you are seated, make sure your children are seated, and do not, under any circumstances, lift them up to see the animals. Now, we are just waiting here for the all clear from the warden. Perfect. We are heading into the Little Eye Cherry Forest, and here you're going to want to keep your eyes peeled on your right and left-hand side, because you never know what might be hiding in here. All the animals that live here blend in very well with all of their surroundings. On your right, the dark brown animal with the white stripes on its front and back legs is the okapi. The okapi is commonly mistaken as a relative of the zebra because of the stripes on their legs, but they're actually the only known relative of the giraffe. On your right and on your left, the light brown animals with the white stripes are the greater kudu. Only male greater kudu have horns, so it looks like these are female. They are the second tallest antelopes in Africa, and they can weigh up to 750 pounds.
He's walking with me.
Coming up on your left, we are looking after the black rhino, because I've heard that they love to hang out in this area. Now, you're definitely going to know when you see a black rhino, because they have an extremely thick hide, and they can weigh up to 3,000 pounds. But also, they are very rare to spot in the wild, because there are less than 5,000 of them left in the entire world. On your right, the black and white bird with the orange bill is the saddle-billed stork. They are one of the tallest storks in Africa, standing about 6 feet tall with a wingspan of 6 feet, and they're named for that yellow flap on their face, which resembles a saddle. All right, folks, now I am taking us out of the Little Eye Cherry Forest, and we're going to head towards the Safi River. And in the Safi River, we're going to see if we can find any Nile hippopotamus or Nile crocodiles. Now, you're going to want to be looking out on your right-hand side for those Nile hippos. Unfortunately, I am not allowed to stop over here because it is a blind turn, but do not worry, folks. I will be making a photo stop further up. Most people think that the Nile hippopotamus can't swim, but that's not true. They are actually excellent swimmers, though they prefer to walk or glide across the bottom of the water. And hippos can stay submerged underwater for up to 8 minutes at a time. Also at night, they love to come up on the banks to graze. They can eat about 150 pounds of grass every night. And then coming up on your left, where you're looking out for those Nile hippos again, you'll also see some white, gray, and pink birds nesting on that middle island there. They're called the pink-backed pelican. The pink-backed pelican love to travel in colonies and nest in trees. They get that pink coloration on their backs during mating season.
It's right there. Look, it's right there.
Oh, his head just popped out. His head just popped out.
Underwater.
He's underwater?
Yeah, his head popped out. There's a whole bunch of bubbles. He's probably coming up here.
Where are you, Sam? Steven?
Mira que te llevo.
Uh-oh. Well, it looks like we have come up to an old and rickety bridge. I am going to go over poli-poli with just Swahili for slowly, slowly. So everyone, please remain seated. If you take a look down on your left-hand side, you'll see some Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodiles have a tremendous jaw pressure of about 2,000 pounds per square inch. If you see any with their mouths open, they are not trying to show you their teeth, though they are pretty ferocious. They're actually trying to regulate their body temperature by expelling all the hot air from their mouths. They can run up to 10 miles per hour on land. Now, since I like you folks so much, I'm going to take you to some of my favorite views of the whole reserve. Now, I don't do this for every safari. I am just doing it for you folks. You should definitely feel pretty lucky. You sound thrilled. Yay, adventures! Now, coming up on your right, you're going to see a funny-looking tree that kind of looks like it's upside down. It's called the baobab tree. The baobab tree can live to be about 1,000 to 2,000 years old. It stores water in its trunk and only has leaves for 3 months out of the year. It can also grow to be about 75 feet tall. Alright, and here it is, my favorite view of the whole reserve. It's called the Serengeti grasslands. The Serengeti grasslands stretch for thousands of miles across East Africa. And this is the Africa that we are so desperately trying to conserve here in Harambe. The look of everything that you see here has been created by the animals that live here. The elephants act as bulldozers, knocking over all the small plants, while giraffes act as pruning shears, pruning the sides of small trees to let in light. Zebras and antelopes act as lawnmowers, and warthogs come in and trim up the edges. So in a natural balanced ecosystem like this one, with everyone working together, there is more than enough food for everyone, and that's definitely something we love to see. On your right, the light brown antelopes of the swirly horns of the Patterson's eland. Patterson's eland are the largest antelopes in Africa, and believe it or not, they can jump up to 8 feet up in the air. Now, there are two different kinds of giraffe out there. The giraffe closest to us is the Maasai giraffe. They have irregular looking spots, and no two giraffes will ever look the same, similar to human fingerprints. They can grow to be about 14 to 19 feet tall. That second giraffe is the reticulated giraffe. Now, the reticulated giraffe, they get their name from the Latin word reticulatum, which means net, in reference to that net-like pattern on their coats. And reticulated giraffe can grow to be about 18 to 20 feet tall, which makes them the tallest of all the giraffes on the reserve. Now, I bet you already knew that giraffes are the tallest animals in the world, but I bet you didn't know that they have 7 vertebrae in their neck. That is the same number as humans, even though our necks look absolutely nothing alike. All around us, you will see these tall orange cones with these little orange mouths. They're called termite mouths, and they're hard as concrete. Elephants use them as scratching posts. And when they scratch their nose small enough, antelopes use them as lookout posts to search for lions or other predators. On your left, you'll see some sable antelope. Both male and female sables have horns, and both females and young males share the same cinnamon coloring. And the male sable antelope is the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Down on your left, those are the white-bearded wildebeest. White-bearded wildebeest are nicknamed new for the grunting sound that they make, and they're one of the largest annual migrations in Africa.
picked the wrong side. Scratch his head.
It's crossing the road.
I know.
On your right, you'll see some more Maasai and reticulated giraffe. You'll also see a water buck. Water buck have the ability to secrete oily liquid from their coats, and it helps them to walk, run, or swim through the water without getting wet or weighed down.
Look at the giraffe's legs.
Okay, Steve.
Oh, look at the other giraffe.
Yeah, I got that low. Man, we gotta go out of here, man. Chop, donkey.
What the Christ? Everything is That's like
Llama and cattle.
Another Maasai on your left. 3 Maasai. Right on your right, the large red eels with the huge white horns are the Ankoli cattle. Ankoli cattle are nicknamed Watusi cattle after the natives that domesticated them, and they are the only domesticated animals on the reserve. Those huge white horns grow to be about 5 to 6 feet long, and they look like they're pretty heavy, but actually they are relatively light. Because the insides shape like a honeycomb, and not only does that keep them hollow, but it helps to regulate blood flow through the body and keep them cool in the African heat. Coming up on your left after we pass this giant rock, you're going to want to keep those eyes peeled for mandrill monkeys, because I've heard that they love to hang out in this area. Now you're definitely going to know when you see a mandrill, because they're the largest and most colorful monkeys in Africa. They are distinguished by the red, white, and blue markings on their faces, which is a symbol of dominance for males. Males can grow to be about 100 pounds, while females can grow to be about 30 pounds. Now I'm going to see if I can pick up any music on this old radio here. Perfect. Now if you know the words, don't hesitate to sing along. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like we have come up to an old and rickety bridge. Unfortunately, folks, I am not allowed to go backwards. I can only go forward, so it looks like we are going over. Love that enthusiasm. Everyone, please remain seated and keep those fingers crossed. All right, well, I saved me. Let's see about the rest of you. All